Hello and happy gaming, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and oh, there we go. The moment I start talking, the birds need to make their presence known. Morning, guys. How you doing? I don't blame them. They just want to be loved. And you know, there's nothing wrong with that. We all deserve a chance at love. So, not gonna lie, did not think about what robe or even what build I wanted to use. But I think I'm going to try out this robe. It gives you a 10% boost to your maximum health and increases all healing received by 20%. Sounds like a good way to go to me. So, now let's figure out our run. I think... Let's see... Freaking hate Obsidian Splitter, so no, not doing that. So at the cost of having no range, this spell is really fast. I'm just not sure that's what I want to go with. Ice Dagger is also really fast, and so is an Aqua Arc. Just has... You know what, we'll try Aqua Arc. What the hell? What's the worst that can happen? I lose? Yeah, it's like that's ever happened before, right? Alright, now what else do we want to do? What just sounds like fun right now? I have no idea. I hadn't thought this through at all. Take Dragon Blast. And now for the signature. See, I'm trying to use something that I don't use all that often. The thing is, a lot of the signatures are iffy at best. Some of them are really good. Some of them, not so much. Okay, so what is the deal with the Toxic Bollocks? Okay, so really good for crowd control, not so much good for actual boss battles where you kind of want to use this. Now granted, the poison lasts for about 7 years, but poison ticks up so slowly that I'm not sure. We have sort of a keep away build, so maybe something with a little bit of range to it. You know, like Aqua Breaker seems like a good one. Ocean Beam, there's so many interesting ones. Once again, okay for crowd control, not so much for just regular boss fights. Alright, so let's look at my build so far. I've got a lot of things that are good in a directed fashion. I could use something with either a bit of protection, a bit of movement, or a wide attack range. This is a good 360 option. Let's try it. As far as my relic, because all healing is increased by 20%, something that would work out very well would be something that offers us some healing in return, like Pathfinder's Knapsack. See, the healing here is only like 1 or 2 at a time, so that wouldn't get boosted very much. Taking damage increases your max health up to a certain limit. Actually, because we recover more health than normal, I think that sounds like a good idea. So, there's our run. Can we make things happen with this run? Who knows? I certainly don't. It'll be fun to find out. Alright, and very first boss is Freya. Then Shu, who I'm going to, not enjoy fighting. I always hate fighting Shu. Oh, whoa! Get in that pit. Thank you. You thought I was going to let myself get hit there, didn't you? Alright, so the thing about Aqua Arc that I'm noticing is that it's got a very specific strike zone. If you're hitting them right at the end of the arc, you've just got all the time in the world to make things work. If you're hitting them somewhere else with it, though, you have to hit them with the arc itself, otherwise nothing happens, so it's a very interesting spell. And we've got some birds who are desperate for attention here. Go, y'all! Alright, so as you see, because I did take some damage, the Super Carrot Cake actually gave me a little bit of max health to work with. It's not much. Hey, you should get in that pit. Thank you. But if that happens every time we take some damage, then we'll actually be doing pretty well by the end of the run. And because we started off with more health than usual, we've essentially got here sort of like a semi-keep-away kind of tanky build here. I don't know what to call it, so you make up your own name for it. Alright, so I did not approach that room in a very intelligent fashion, so oopsie poopsie. Mystic Mana Pole, yep. Lotus Froststone, of course. We haven't found Iris at all. Iris, where are you? Your name isn't Iris. Alright, so Shock Nova is doing quite well for me. If for no other reason, then I can charge it up and then hold it until the enemies essentially just decide to walk into it. That's going to be harder to work on later levels. But for right now, it's working just fine. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, that works. I was waiting for them to throw a fireball, but oh well. That works just fine. So, it's awfully difficult for me to want to turn down an enhanced blazing lariat, so we will be back for that. It's another attack with a nice wide sweeping range, and that I am in love with. Alright, Blazing Lariat has been one of my favorite spells since the game was first released, but when it first released, it did have the issue of when you used it, you had to make sure not to use it near a pit because you would just throw yourself into the pit with reckless abandon, as if you were in romantic love with the idea of falling into a pit. Then they fixed that, and the spell just became way better. I'm pretty sure that it was an oversight in the programming, but still. Okay, the little archer needs to go away. Come on. Thank you. Now I can focus on the big guy. Alright, so as impressive as enhanced as the signature Shock Nova looks, I do have to admit I'm not too fond of the idea that it's not doing a ton of damage to bosses. Alright, so here's another instance where I'm gonna switch things up. I'm actually when I have the Dragon Blast, I'm used to it being on LB, and I'm used to having Blazing Lariat on Y. So there you go. But why exactly? So I did say that the next time I recorded a video, I would talk about my D&D game, the one that I'm hosting, of course. And it's real fitting that we're going through the frozen caverns, because my game is currently taking place in a frozen cavern. Oh, that's right. Derp. I just finished explaining why I moved those around, and I'm like, oh no, it didn't happen. So my game had left off in a scene where the group had just made it to the caverns, but hadn't quite gotten anywhere in it yet. Oh, I missed. Or rather, I missed one of my targets. I got the other one. Perfect. So, they had made it partway through, and then we had to stop because one of our guys, or because our buddy had to go home. But they had left off in the middle of the dungeon with two things going on. One, they were they were right about to hit the get to the second floor of the cavern, which had an interesting traversal method to it that I will explain in just a moment. You, go away. I will take the Wallet of Vigor, because there's a chance that I might need to use it. Or might need to, or might want to use it, depending on what's available in the shops. I see Cabby Cinnamon Dots. It's very tempting. Hummingbird there's two Cabby's items. Okay, the piggy bank could also be useful, but I'm less worried about that than I am about one of the Cabby's items. And once again, I don't know where Iris is. It's not her fault, I haven't found her yet. So the sub-quest that the group was in the middle of, and I swear this isn't something that I forced upon them. This is I'm doing my best to try not to railroad my group into silly shit. But they had run into a really jumpy McGee. Thank you. Alright, looking good. Do you have anything I want? Ominous Lone Note. I'm tempted to take that to try to make the perfect time crystal, but I also don't really want to make my signature weaker. I know it seems like a silly thing to worry about, but my signature is already not doing great amounts of damage. Wait, what was that? Shock Assault. No thanks. Yeah, there's nothing there I really want. And that's the entire map, so I'm gonna take both of these just because they're both going to go a long ways to making my basic that much better. Oh. Okay, not the smartest move I've ever made. Yeah, as you can see, the cabbie's relics layer on top of each other, so I've now got a signature that will occasionally throw out a breaking twister, and a dragon thing, and do this, and do that. What are you? Token of wealth. I don't care. Go away. It's a shame we're not on the previous floor. I would have given that to Cremire in a heartbeat. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. I tend to do that a lot if you haven't noticed. Look, it's Freya. Big surprise. Perfect. Alright, come on. You know, trying to concentrate on beating this without taking a hit, because I would love to preserve my health. Not that I'm having a major amount of trouble right now, but I'd rather not start having a major amount of trouble. I like Frost Feint, but no, I'm good. Alright, up to Shu. He's going to be the big problem. Zeal will only be a problem if I stop paying attention to what I'm doing. Alright, so back to what I was saying. So, the sub-quest that the group was on was a sub-quest for a... You know, it's easy to say herbalist, botanist, alchemist, one of those, but I'm going to go with the term that makes the most sense. They had met a botanist on the way up there who was studying some of the rare plants in the Arctic region that they're in, and asked them to find a few examples of a particularly difficult one to find. So, anyone who's played the game Indivisible will find this quest to be very familiar. I make no apologies. Okay, this room is starting to make me mad. Oh! Somehow that counted twice. Alright. Problem is, none of these are any good. Not for my current build, anyway. And I don't necessarily want to pick up that cursed relic, mostly because I'm not going to be able to get rid of it. And I forget what the negative effect of it is. Everything else is okay, I just would rather not have Dr. Song show up on every floor, and at the moment the Ring of Reserves isn't doing anything. So once again, if I see Cremire, sure, I'll just sell that. I'll just sell that to him. Yes, I will come back for that. So, the thing is, I do plan on doing something different with the botanist. This isn't just, I played Indivisible, let me show you. Because that would be silly. Admittedly, yes, I borrowed the idea, but that's all I'm borrowing. I'm not turning this game into Indivisible fanfiction. Which reminds me, I need to get back to that game. The whole reason why I had stopped playing it is, one, other things had come out. That wasn't smart. Thank you, guys. But the whole reason why I'd stopped playing Indivisible was, aside from other things coming out, I had gotten to a part where, for some reason, I don't know if this is something that I did during the gameplay or if this is just how the game was designed, but the normal enemies now have more health than the last boss that I faced, and it's, to say the least, throwing me off. And I don't know if it's supposed to be that way, or if this is like a one-time thing just to show the danger of the area that I'm at. I don't know. It feels really off-putting having to put in way more way more effort to take out the enemies that I'm fighting than it did for the last boss that I faced. Sparrow Windstone will work in tandem with the Lotus Froststone, so that'll help out quite a bit. That's assuming I can afford it, but like I said, I am going to come back and enhance Dragon Blast. But all the talk about Indivisible aside, so if you've played that game, you know that one of the caveats of that subquest is that the last plant that you find is actually some sort of crazy high HP Mandragora that's kind of difficult to fight at your level, but you got to do it. Which, again, I guess this is something that the devs of that game like to do. I guess Lab Zero decided, hey, anytime we want to have a little bit of fun with the player, guess what? All the enemies have 7 million HP. You're welcome. Like I said, it's a little off-putting, especially when it happens like with normal enemies, and then at that point, super early in the game, you're going, okay, is this thing even taking damage? Hi, Juno. Oh, and here's Dr. Song. I don't really want to give up Dragon Blast, so, you know. Alright, is there anything else? Alright, so now I'm kind of tempted. What exactly does Tiny Mimic do? This is one of those cases where I feel that before I take it, I should look it up to see what it does. Oh, my phone is way over there. Screw it, let's just pick it up and see what happens. Adorable Mimic. Destroys all standard relics in your inventory and increases your damage for each relic destroyed. That's a plus 30% damage boost, so I guess I can't be too upset. I should have picked this up first, though. Which means no more Super Carrot Cake. Alright, guess this is an adorable Mimic run now. Also, no more caddy stuff, so I'm hoping I didn't just make a colossal mistake. Alright, can I afford... Nope. Alright, well, this is gonna be awkward. Good job, idiot! You just took it without thinking! I know, I'm the best. Thing is, that 30% damage boost with the spells that I have, I think, will actually be quite the boon. I could be wrong about that. And if I am, then this will be a run that I lost just due to my own stupidity and hubris. Give me that. There we go. Look, a less adorable Mimic. Hi guys, I'm the less adorable Mimic. I'm here to chew on your face and see to it that you never clear the trials. Yeah, it didn't work out so well. So when the group gets back to town, they'll get their reward for helping out the botanist. And that wasn't the only thing that happened during that quest. See, the other really fun bit, I mean, okay, there's more than one fun bit, but I'll get to it. So, the second really interesting thing that was going on in that quest was their means of getting to into the second floor of the cavern. Which basically, I decided that a big ol' ice slide was in order. So, for a short little time during the game, they basically got to play the D&D version of, okay, you're making me mad, of Super Mario 64. They didn't have to catch a penguin, though, or race him, so there's that. Wait, you don't have to catch a penguin on the slide, you just have to race him. So there was no catching anything, there was no trying to grab anything off the... Well, there was, but it was an optional thing. Oh, hello again. Yeah, I'll take that. Hopefully the extra capital will help me afford some, not only new relics, but also to improve some of my arcana. Remember, they aren't so bad if you remember that they have the least HP of just about any enemy. Okay, I screwed myself there hard. Alright, could really use some health. Not gonna buy it, though. I could just use it. I do want the Token of Elegance. Oh, hello, Equester Cap. Ooh. Alright, hold on. I do want that, but I want to see if I can upgrade Aqua Arc first. And I can, but it also costs 150. Alright, so then what I think I'm going to do is... Okay, Aqua Arc is a more pressing matter, because now with that upgraded, it unleashes a burst of ice that will help control enemies in a much greater fashion. So with that in tow, let me see if I can now get back to 150 gold. Hopefully with the Alchemist, or whatever the heck the thing is called. That won't, hopefully with that in tow it won't, or Transmuter Stone, whatever it's called. I'm sorry that I'm not perfect, I can't remember everything. I hate Seekers. What made them think it was a good idea to allow the Elemental Summoners to have Seekers? Yeah, well, we thought the game would be more fun if you had absolutely no hope, so screw you. Hey, come on, guys, I already have to fight Shu when I'm done here. Do we really need to deal with Seekers as well? Alright, Fleet Lancer I have no problem with. And yes, that gets me more than enough to afford the Equester Cap, which is a movement rate bonus, and I get to reach maximum speed faster, so... Horsehead Man! I am Horsehead Man! Doing whatever a Horsehead Man can! So imagine for yourself that the idea of sliding down a big giant slide made of ice, and you kind of have an idea of what that part of the gaming session was like. It was goofy, but hey, my players had a lot of fun with it, so I'm not gonna. You, sir, are the worst. Granted, that was more or less my fault. It doesn't mean that I have to be happy about it. Yeah, another one of my problems with his ultimate is that it can just it can start off from any direction, so just because you know how to dodge it doesn't mean you know which direction to start running. I hate that spell with a passion. Okay, it's something. I hope it's useful, but if it's not, I won't be surprised. So, outside of the ice slide, the enemies there were nothing out of the ordinary. It was just ice elemental dudes. Are you really surprised by that, though? I hate Lancers. Sweet, very first room of the dungeon is complete bullshit. And my issue with Aqua Arc still stands. You have to be at a very specific range to actually land blows with it. Otherwise, the arcs literally just go around the enemies. But I wanted to use it because I don't really use it all that much. So I'm hoping that this at least checks a little something off the bucket list. Okay, the firewall is giving me a little bit of a defensive buffer zone. That's always a good thing. Alright, cool, you're not a mimic. Now, I did take the token of elegance for a reason. You are going to... Yep, he'll enhance my outfit in exchange for that token of elegance. All yours. So, I don't need to pay any health, I don't need to pay any money, it's just, have this token of elegance. I'm better now! So, Token of Elegance. If you find it during the trials, take it. The Token of Elegance is beautiful. See, of the token relics, it's easily the best one next to the, I believe it's called Token of Chaos? The one that summons Nox on every floor? And I would argue that the Token of Elegance is a little bit better because after you talk to Seville to improve your outfit, you're no longer having to deal with the effects of it. So you use it, basically you use it once to guarantee he shows up, and then you're done with it. Unicorn Disguise is back, baby! Woo! We so fast! We're fast and we have rainbows. Man, it doesn't get much better than that. know, Dark Sage, your health is kind of low. You should grab a potion. Thank you. I will definitely do that. Hey guys, come this way. Wait, what? What did I get hit with? Oh my god, stupid fire rogues. God, they're the worst. Rogues in general. Sounds like you don't like any of the enemies in this game. I mean, that should seem obvious. Alright, do we have anything useful here? Kind of. We've got the Raging Inferno. It's a lot. It's another charge spell, a lot like the Shock Nova. So I guess the question is, do I want that? Yeah, I'm making enough money thanks to the Alchemist Stone that I don't really care. Yeah, I'll buy it. I do think that it's better to stick with the firewall for than during the trials, though. Mostly because it's acting as a nice little defensive buffer zone, and Lord knows I could use that right now because I am not playing super well. Could also be playing just fine, and the enemies are just getting harder. Well, maybe. There we go. That feels a lot better. Strafe Archer level 3. Well, we're in trouble. Yeah, this is not cool. Okay, so that basically took all of my health because the archers just fill the entire area with projectiles. Yeah, Strafe Archer level 3 is not cool. In order to rebound, look at that, 650 damage on one floor just because of Strafe Archer. Yeah, if they want to balance that fight, and I hope they do, please make it so that Strafe Archer level 3 cannot summon minions. That's probably the biggest problem I have with that fight, is why is he allowed to summon minions? So, back to talking about my game now that I've gotten nice and upset. And it's looking like I might not pass this run just because of Strafe Archer. So the end of the mission was essentially them dealing with a Frost Gigas, which what's going on here? God damn it! I hit the wrong button. All right, you got anything good for me? Actually, yes. I will take that over Firewall. Now, that might seem like a little bit much for a relatively low-level group. I believe they're all hitting around level 5 at the time. But believe me, it wasn't a Frost Gigas with full ability. It was just It was just something that I had devised because, one, I liked the idea, but two, it was designed to be a challenge without being overly frustrating. We did have one person go down, but they were quickly revived afterwards, so the whole point was for it to be challenging, but not overly frustrating or super difficult. I don't need any of her spells. As much as I like Binary Splashdown, I think it's better if I stick with what I have. Now I have to get through the rest of the floor with 58 health? Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, never mind, 23 health, so basically if I take a hit at all right now, I'm dead. Alright, that helps. Really need that health potion, though. So the sooner we find Anders, the better. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, we absolutely need that in order to survive. Okay. We're still not in great shape, but we're better. So now it's smooth. Now at this point, I need to play very carefully. Alright. There we go. See, Prickly Ballet does so much. I love that spell to death. Hey, how'd you like to fight a billion enemies in a room that has enough room for, say, maybe you, a couch, and a lava lamp? I don't know, that sounds like very much fun. Great, here you go. Alright, for a little bit I'm going to be complaining a lot because right now, the situation as of right now is kind of a pisser. I don't have a means to evade. I don't have any projectiles. But I will definitely take the cabbie's item. Burst Mage. Okay, so we're going to be filling the screen with even more projectiles. Yeah, I just love not being able to fight back because there's too many projectiles covering the screen. I swear between Burst Mage and the Strafe Archer, I've been pelted with more projectiles than an amateur tennis player. I don't know how much that's gonna help, but screw it, I have it now. Okay. So things are not looking great right now. But hopefully we can make amends by beating Zeal without taking too much damage. We'll get 2 heals during the Sura fight, so... Wait, what? The game just decided that she didn't have to go through hit stun. Oh, and she gets her ultimate now. Alright, this is a much more difficult run than I was anticipating it being. Okay, we're still alive. I don't know how, but we're still alive. Spark Array. Alright, so for Sura, I want to use that. I think, in order to try to handle his minions, I want to use that. Alright, I'm in a bad position, but I'm still going to try. I know I was talking about my Frost Gygus, which I know some of you are going to think, that's really unfair, but trust me, it wasn't that bad of a fight. Oh, of course, immediately. Oh my god, enough! Stop summoning Null Flash agents, I swear. If this is any indication of how the second phase of this fight is going to go, we're in a lot of trouble. Alright, I've beaten Sewer with less health than this. Problem is, I've also lost to Sewer with more health than this. Owie. Alright, keep nimble on your feet, quick on your toes. Oh my god, stop summoning fucking minions. Oh yeah, real fair. Enough with the minions. Yeah, I figured that's what was happening. That was a battle where I just was not prepared to handle the minions. It was not the adorable mimic that screwed me over, though. It was definitely all the crap leading up to the Sura fight. Is the bullshit rogues, the strafe archer, and the burst mage fight screwed me over, and then just endless waves of minions. That's why it helps to have something that can do like a chain lightning or a bounce effect, so that you have an easier time dealing with them. As is, that run was fun, but I do feel like I got unnecessarily screwed over there. So take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, that run was me trying to talk about D&D, and then the game saying, "Oh, you're trying to make a point? How about we throw this at you?" Oh, there you go. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Consider dropping a like and leaving a comment, and we'll be back with some more stuff soon. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you.